Let me explain something very important in the prophetic to you. In fact, you can share this video with your loved ones for them to know how their prophetic functions. Listen attentively. There is something I call the prophetic bell. It is not a popular words or saying, but the experience is very real. Some people carry an inner spiritual alarm while they are not aware. When something is wrong, dangerous, out of alignment, or approaching spiritual state, they feel it before anything happens outwardly. There is no vision, no dream, no voice, just an inner disturbance that won't let them relax. Many people who have this do not know what it is. They think they are overthinking. Some think it is an anxiety. Others, we are told growing up that they are too sensitive. So instead of understanding it, they learn to suppress it. But what they are actually suppressing, it is not a weakness, it is a prophetic mechanism. The prophetic bell is how God alerts certain people, how he speaks to them, just like a smoke alarm responds to smoke before fire is visible. The prophetic bell responds to spiritual danger, error, compromise, or transition before consequences show up. This is why some of you feel uncomfortable in certain environments without knowing why you feel such. Some others feel burdened to pray suddenly for someone, like you feel this pressure to speak or warn, then feel relief after doing so or praying. Some lost peace when they ignore this and when they sense it. They can't enjoy things others enjoy without conviction. Nothing is wrong with you. Your bell is just ringing. In the Bible, this bell was called the watchman. These people who have this bell, they are the watchmen. The watchman didn't cause the danger. If you want to explain how watchmen stand, they don't cause danger. The watchman don't fight the enemy. What they do, the assignment of the watchman is very simple. They alert people before danger happen. That alert system didn't come from emotions. It came from responsibility. Now, here is where many people get confused. Pay attention and listen to me attentively. The prophetic bell does not always ring with urgency or fear. Sometimes it rings as discomfort, sometimes as restlessness, sometimes as heaviness, and sometimes as inner disturbance that comes with a great sign. And here is something very important you need to understand or pay attention to. When you consistently ignore the prophetic bell, you will miss God's blessings and leading for your life immediately. Instead for your sensitivity to increase, it begins to dull, not as punishment, but as consequence that you refuse to pay attention to your prophetic bell to receive God's instruction and leading. This is why some people say, I don't feel God like I used to. It is not always because God left. Sometimes it is because the bell was muted over time. You muted your prophetic bell. Many people didn't backslide. They simply stopped responding to what they were sensing. The more you honor the bell by praying when it rings, pausing when it warns, speaking when instructed. The clearer and sharper it becomes. Sensitivity grows through obedience. That is why some people are very accurate spiritually, even without titles. They listen when others ignore. So you need to pay attention to your prophetic bell. Some persons, they don't hear the audible voice of God, but they hear the voice of God through their prophetic bell. Now let me clarify something so that you don't misunderstand this. The prophetic bell does not make you superior. It does not mean you control people. It does not mean you announce judgment. It simply means God trusts you to notice before others do. Most people who carry this bell are not loud people. Sometimes they are not prophets. They are burdened people. They feel deeply. They withdraw often. They wrestle internally, and many times they are misunderstood. When you start feeling restless, you don't know what is wrong with you. It is your prophetic bell that is trying to give you signal. And here is the part many people need to hear clearly. If you feel this inner alarm often, stop immediately labeling it as an anxiety. Instead, pause and ask God, what are you alerting me to? Sometimes the response is prayer. Sometimes it is silence. Sometimes it is warning. And sometimes it is simply withdrawing. You need to understand your prophetic bell so that you will know what God is saying and how God is leading you. But ignoring it completely always leads to regret. God does not give this kind of sensitivity to everyone. He gives it to people He trusts to care before danger happens. Let me add something important here, because this is where many people get confused. Pay attention. Some of you experience sharp sound in your ears, sudden ringing, inner noise, or a brief pressure that comes and goes. You notice it happens especially when you are praying, thinking deeply about to make a decision on when something around you is spiritually off. At first, you thought it was something mystical, but yet it is not something mystical. Others thought it was nothing. Some even became afraid of it. But many of you never realized that some people, this is another way the prophetic bell expresses himself. Now let me be clear and balanced. Not every sound in the ear is spiritual, and anything persistent or medical should always be checked properly. But there is a specific kind of inner alert that comes suddenly, briefly, and meaningfully, and it is often aligned with moments of spiritual sensitivity. For people who carry a prophetic bell, God does not always speak with words. He may speak while you are praying, your hands are shaking. Sometimes He alerts before He explains. That alert can come as a sudden inner voice or inner noise, a sharp but brief ringing, a pressure that forces your attention inward, a disruption that makes you pause. It is not meant to scare you. It is meant to tell you what God is saying to you prophetically. Prophetic bells are very powerful, and they can help you to discern the voice of God and know what God is saying for your life. If you avoid this prophetic bell, you may miss God's leading for your life. So pay attention. If you are someone that have this prophetic bell, do not ignore it or think something is wrong with you or is an anxiety, it is God that is speaking to you or directing you through this prophetic bell. And this is one of the ways God have arranged your life or has made you for you to know his voice and know what he's saying to you. So if this teaching describes you, it means your bell has been ringing for a long time, and now you have finally understand how it works and how the language functions. The goal is not to be afraid. The goal is to be faithful. And the more you honor what God alerts you about, the more alive your prophetic mantle becomes. And this is how the prophetic bell functions. This is where I will stop in this video. If you are blessed by this video, please like this video and follow this page so that you will receive more prophetic teaching that will help your prophetic gift and help your Christian life on how you can sharpen your prophetic ears and your prophetic eyes to hear God's voice clearly. God bless you. Subscribe to this channel now to be a part of this Christian body, and see you in my next video.